Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you. This is Chris here checking in live from the car with Encouraging Your Spirit podcast. Wins for today, or at least that's what I'm calling it. Excuse my Zed. Now, I don't know. It's having its own moment today. But I was thinking on the way home about wins or what's made today a fantastic day. And two things that I was grateful for was, one, I had reached out to my advisor probably about last week about having like a study space, if you will, because sometimes, while it's true that I have space in the engineering library, sometimes it's hard to like really get your research done or really work out an idea because there's noise all around you, the phone rings, just a lot of things. And they do give us research time and research days if that's what you need. And Tuesdays and Thursdays was supposed to be the time that I work from home, yet with my wife being back at work, it's like, well, I still get up and make sure she gets to work. So there's that. So I was like, well, and I'm really working on this project. And so when I reached out to my advisor, I was like, if it's possible, it's possible. If it isn't, the reason I said all of that is because I know they're moving to a new building or whatever. So some of the offices will be in different spaces. So I just wasn't sure, what was available. And sure enough, yesterday, the guy at Facilities and Services emailed me back, and today I got keys and I was sitting in the basement. It felt like the penthouse to me. It had my own little window, my own little area, and it was so quiet. I could hear all my thoughts, and I had a really great morning of writing and getting things done for this research project. So I felt really grateful for that. And then after I finished that, after lunch or whatever, I headed back over back to the engineering library to work on emails and stuff like that. And so, it's that experience where you lock your car doors and you're also making sure you have all your stuff and you're getting ready to go in the building. And right when I'm, trying to cross the parking lot, I hear someone screaming my name. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? So I look, and I could tell who it is. And I was like, oh, hey, it's one of the grad assistants and former graduate assistants. He's since graduated this May. And he's like, Chris. And I'm like, hey. I stopped. I was like, hey, how you doing? How things going? He was like, I'm so excited. I was like, okay, cool. Why are we excited? What happened? What's going on? So I can be excited with you. So he was excited and screaming my name because he was happy to tell me that he had gotten a job. About 2 Fridays ago, a wide array of librarians got together on Zoom and basically held space and allow him to do his presentation that he had for his upcoming interview. Because one of the things we tell all the graduate assistants, no matter what library they are, when they apply for jobs, if they want somebody to hear the presentation that they'll do, whether you just want us to listen or give tips, give advice, whatever it is you want us to do, just tell us, put it on our calendar, and we'll come and just sit there and listen to your presentation so you can practice, what you'll do for strangers or people that you haven't met. Because most of us, because you work with us on projects or you worked around us. So, it was a group of us, in the Zoom room, if you will, listen to his presentation. And I've heard his presentations before because he did an excellent presentation that he did from an internship that he had with the transportation library. And I remember, saying it was really fantastic. And he's continued to do that level of work. And I'm very proud of him because he's had, some challenges and issues as people have, or his life stuff, and really blossom, if you will, and really flourished and just kept persevering, not just because he got this job, but in his personhood as a person. And I'm a person that likes to see people just continue to go and be everything that they, are, period. I'm happy for them, whether that's a job, whether that's you starting your own company, whatever it is that you're doing, I'm like, happy for him. So, or any individual. So it's really exciting to know that he was just screaming my name because he was so excited about telling me. And he said, I was trying to, he said, I saw you and I was sending out emails to the people that I didn't see earlier. He said, but they just called me. And I was like, well, I was really excited and happy for him because, I know that experience of, you've gone to school, you finish your degree and you're sending out job applications and you're wondering where this job is, and you're trying your best and doing these presentations. So it's a win for the day, if you will, when you get one. And he was like, yeah, it's true, I can go live with my parents again, but I really just wanted to be on my own and move on and start my own journey in my career. And so I was just happy for the brother. I was really happy to see that was happening. That to me was wins for the day. Wins for the day was office space. Wins for the day was hearing about somebody else's, experience and getting a job and being happy for them that, they're starting, a career. Several of the grad assistants this year have gotten jobs, which is just hopeful, because living in the pandemic, you're like, I don't even know how it goes. I know, because in my own experience, and I'm not saying this to brag, because I'm not trying to brag, nor am I being arrogant. It's been a while for applying for a job, so I don't necessarily know how it goes per se, but I'm always hopeful that when people are sending out these applications, that it turns out to be fruitful, even though I know that, as my dad would always say, it's a job trying to get a job. So I know it's a grind, it's a process, and people are continuously trying to do that. And how do you do that when the world is, at least when some of the grad students graduated, the world was shut down. So I'm happy to see people climb and meet their dreams and go and do bigger and better and do all the things that they're desiring within their heart and their mind and their spirit. And that, is my thoughts on wins for today. Just personal transparency sharing. Also wins for today that I haven't publicly shared. Wins for today is that I went to the eye doctor this past Saturday. And I got contacts. Now, as a person that wears gas permeable lenses, sclera lenses, me getting contacts is pretty normal. That's generally what happens for me. But the ability to say, praise God that I see 20/20 now with vision is amazing to me. And I'm really grateful for the opportunity, for the ability to see, because August 18th of last year, I had, corneal transplant on my right eye. It was something I had to do because there wasn't a contact that I could wear that I could see out of. I was sitting at my computer, and even though my contacts were in my right eye, I really couldn't see it. And, I had pain in my eye. I had taken, eye drops that were steroids, and it was just like, well, what are we going to do? And I had different little eye issues before. And so, I decided to go ahead and get the cornea transplant. And that whole experience was extremely peaceful for me. It was really peaceful. The doctor that I had, she had great ethics of care. She was kind. She, gave me all the information. She, I never had no real issues. Maybe once or twice I had some pain, but, I took Tylenol, and then one time I was already going to see her, but my eye wasn't red or anything. And so it was just that whole waiting on your eye to heal, because you're in that recovery process. So for a long time, I was just wearing one contact. But I knew that healing was happening because even when I would take my left contact out, I could still see. And for me, most people didn't know or don't know that. But beforehand, when I took my contacts out, if I am watching TV, I'm really not watching it. TV is audiobook, for all cases and purposes, because I can't really see anything. I know it's there, but it's not really defined, and I can't drive or do anything like that. So my contacts are pretty much, I have to, get up, put them on, and then you start your day. But with the cornea transplant, it was kind of like, I had noticed I could see stuff. I'm like, this is what it is. When people wake up in the morning and they can see stuff, you don't have to get no glasses. You can just see. And I was, having that experience, seeing out of my right eye. And I remember just being so, ecstatic, and I still am. And then, going up with my follow-up appointments, and she was like, well, when it's time to get your lenses, you probably won't need lens of great strength for the right eye, because, you're already seeing. So, true to form. What she said was true. When I went to the eye doctor, he tried some different lenses, and my right eye strength is really, it's 20. I can see 20/20, but it's not like a strong prescription, and I'm really grateful for that. Really, really grateful for that. and just happy about the ability to see stuff. So I like looking at stuff. You know, I was shout out to Apostle Pettigrew. As I was talking to him this weekend, and I was saying how, you know, I'm looking at everything, at the carpet, at the street signs, at houses, at everything, because I see things that I never saw. Like, I didn't know all the colors in the rug that we have at home. I didn't know all that stuff existed. I didn't know. So now I'm just looking at stuff. You know, and I want to go see people and go, do you still look like I think you look, you know? So yeah, those are wins for today. Vision is a win for today. Gratitude for a research space. Happiness and joy for a graduate student that got his first job and will be working soon. So those are the things. If you could write in or call in, or if you feel like putting underneath this video when I post it, or sending an email to the podcast, encouraging your spirit podcast at gmail.com. What's your wins for the day? Wins for the week? What's going great and wonderful for you? That's all I got. Thanks for taking time out your day to listen to this video. Peace.